This also is a moment of symbolism, right? Protesters are saying this is a new day. We're taking back our personhood. We're taking back the symbols that we leave up in our city and in our nation, that this does not reflect the country that we want to be.
Two historic pioneer statues were torn down while a Black Lives Matter protest was happening just a couple of miles away. We're told these events are completely unrelated.
Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
Trying to do this for an hour, and they have not given up, and it looks like it's very close to toppling. Here we go, Leslie.
Just watched as protesters have pulled down a statue that has been in this city.
The Albert Pike statue has come down in D.C. on Juneteenth.
Now we want to show you that video again of the statue being torn down. You can see they used a rope to pull it down. Cheers could be heard as the statue cracked and fell to the ground. Then they drug it to the harbor and tossed it in.
We can see this Confederate general statue now on the ground, covered in graffiti and on fire here on Juneteenth here in D.C.
The statue clearly, presents a white man as superior to people of color.
Obviously on the wrong side of history, now on the ground.
Where Native students and Black students have to walk past this statue every day.
Protesters have said, we're not waiting any longer for these symbols of division and hatred to come down. We're going to do it ourselves.
This really, led to all sorts of excitement and sort of euphoria for these protesters who tried for at least an hour to take this statue down.
She tells us if they heard their calls for change in the past, this would never have happened.
They have a controversial history, sparking concern from many people in the community.
Monuments that don't represent for the people.
Communicates a racial hierarchy that the museum and the public have long found disturbing.
The statue very much on fire, as we can see right now.
Baltimore police tell us that they are aware of this incident and that so far no arrests have been made.
The massive presence from law enforcement is unmatched after an explosion jolted those surrounding the Georgia Guidestones near Elberton Wednesday morning.
Officials are working to figure out who did it.
You really don't want somebody to do something like that.
GBI needs your help to find who did it.
They'll do something like that. Whoever done it will do something different. I hope they catch whoever done it, to be honest with you. Because people like that don't need to be on the street. It's historical, and why would you disturb them?
That's what the Georgia Bureau of Investigation is trying to figure out.
A lot of agencies working together on this.
It does break my heart. If you don't like the message that was written on them, that's understandable. That's your prerogative. But, there's no reason to take it away from other people that might.
You can just see that massive presence here. ATF on scene, GBI, and also local officials as well. If you know anything about who might be responsible for this, come forward. Of course, you can remain anonymous.
Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
Two historic pioneer statues were torn down while a Black Lives Matter protest was happening just a couple of miles away. We're told these events are completely unrelated.